Hello, hello, Libra, and welcome to Stars with Stasi. This is your weekly reading for March 31st through April 6th, or whenever you come across this message, it's meant for you. I've already shuffled your cards and meditated on your message, and so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. This is it depends on when you're watching this, right? I'm actually recording it on the full moon in Libra, the full moon in your sign, the lunar eclipse. So this Mercury retrograde that's starting on the 1st of April is going to be in your 7th house. And it's actually asking you to revisit things that are unresolved or conversations, situations, traumas, anything like that on your one-on-one relationships, partnerships, and contracts. So we've got number 4, caterpillar, opportunity, right? So there could be an opportunity here for a conversation to take place. There could be an opportunity where you run into someone from the past. We have heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. That's a beautiful card, Libra, and it really is what this retrograde's all about, because it being in your 7th sign, it's going to ask you to re-examine any relationship wounds, anything that's left still. I'm seeing like an open wound, which is funny because of this heart guardian, right? You might be very guarded in relationship or have something in the past that's blocking you from happiness, right? We have the catalyst, radical changes and taking control. This may be a situation where the ball is in your court, right? So we're going to pull 9 cards and then we'll clarify each one of these to get a better picture. Now, because we are still in eclipse season, if I go to clarify something and I get the 7 of cups or the moon, the high priestess, it's because it's a fated event and it's being concealed, right? We don't get that information. So I just saw the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So some of you may be healing from a past marriage. I heard that. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. I've got everything is fine. 10 of Swords starting out your reading. So definitely something has come to an end. 3 of Wands, an adventure perhaps. The Strength card. Strength card is about facing your fears, facing your demons, and the Moon card shows up, Cancer energy, and but it may very well be that you had something take place around the new moon or full moon in March. So I'm going to take these because they came out together. The King of Swords, so showing up in your own reading. This, again, could be law and order, right? Anything managerial, a professional, something to that degree. But, again, we're going to dig deeper. But because the 7th house also does control contracts, right? It could be that you are revising a contract or putting one together and rereading it. So Mercury retrograde is a good time to slow down when it comes to legal matters and look at things more closely. Queen of Pentacles shows up along with the Chariot card. So major arcana energy with the Strength card, Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is very much, and we're going to take this to 8 of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune is very much this right here, the catalyst, taking control. In the Wheel of Fortune, it is about, wrong card. Wheel of Fortune. So it is about a fated event, for sure, right? But it's about taking control, not of the event, but of your perception of the event. That's the best way to put it. So there's a catalyst here that takes place this week for you, having you re-examine and placing you at a crossroads, having you determine if what's happening is in alignment with your future goals, is how it's coming through. This 10 of Wands, or this 10 of Swords, really does indicate that there's an exhaustion period that has maybe overtaken, like living rent-free in your mind, Libra, is how it's coming through. And I just saw I saw the 6 of Swords, which means something's moving ahead to calmer waters, but I lost it. So it's in here somewhere. It'll come back out potentially. I've got the Judgment card. So this is asking you to commit to a new way of being, or I wouldn't even say, a new way of being. I'm feeling very strongly, Libra, that you've been working like for a year probably to at least 6 months. Eclipses are 6-month cycle, but this is coming through like last year's eclipse, that you were, I don't know, re-examining your role in society, perhaps re-examining your role in relationship, re-examining who you are. Are things balanced? Are you living the life you want to live? All the things. And so with the Judgment card is like, okay, so you've agreed to yourself that you have a past and that the past needs to remain there. But have you committed to the future? Right? Are you in limbo? Are you in a place that says, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I know I have to do this, but I'm not ready. And so Mercury retrograde is going to say, well, I want you to think about that. Maybe you need to step all the way in. And it's not even a maybe. I mean, this is what the energy is asking you to think about when you do step all the way in. How are you going to do it, right? Because the Three of Wands, this person's going on an adventure. They might be traveling, but they're looking forward. They're looking ahead with a vision, right? The Ace of Wands is about the passion, the desire, the need, the drive to do it. The Two of Wands is like you're starting to put the plans together. You have ideas. So think back to, again, depending on where you're watching this, but at the, the new moon, the full moon in March. Lots of ideas, lots of things churning, lots of activity, lots of unexpected conversations, all the things. And then here in April, it's like, all right, well, let's slow down. And now that you have more information, you can really start making plans to move forward, right? It's almost like you've had time to think about it this week and you say, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to go for it. So let's see. Hey, this is great. So the Three of Wands is being clarified by the Three of Cups. So you're going to have success, right? So if whatever you're revisiting, when you actually say what you need to say, it's going to be received. So there is a celebration here. There is this energy of excitement and travel. And even if it's not travel, but I feel like it's going to be like a little weekend getaway, something's here. Yeah. So I'm not making that up because we've got the Eight of Wands, and Eight of Wands is literally travel, right? Moving forward, full speed ahead. And then the Page of Swords. So I feel like you might have a conversation with someone, or you might revisit an idea of going somewhere, because the Strength card. So with this energy, you've got opportunity knocking at your door. Spirit's asking you to be less guarded with your relationships. There's something that has, asking you to commit to your new way of being. And there seems to be some excitement surrounding you. Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. Oh, geez. Everything flew out. 1 second. Well, you know what? I'm going to take these. Now, I generally don't do reversals. However, because it flew out just like this, I want to go through it. So the Moon card, what's being concealed, right, is also coming up with the Sun card. Solstice, eclipse, all the stuff. And then we have the Nine of Wands, but it came up like this. I feel that whatever's been plaguing you, whatever situation in relationships where you've been feeling like left out, you don't know what's going on, I feel like you gain a lot of clarity, right? This retrograde is bringing about a lot of clarity. And where you were anxious and exhausted of fighting and tired, right? This came up saying, you know what? This confusion is completely gone. Towards the middle of the month, towards the middle of April, but you get clarity before that. It's almost like I'm hearing this was the lunar eclipse where everything went south potentially, or just right around there. This is the solar eclipse coming up just towards the end of this week. So you'll be feeling that energy around the 6th. And then we've got the ending of frustration is how I feel. Like you've been frustrated. Maybe you haven't been able to speak. King of Swords, what's on your mind? Why the King of Swords, please? King of Swords is being clarified by the King of Wands. So maybe, and I see the High Priestess here at the bottom of the deck. So these two kings, these are very strong-minded individuals. This is also intellect and desire. So you could be conflicted. That could have been an issue in your relationship where, part of you, maybe you are having an internal conflict, one of logic, where, you feel like, or you think that a relationship should go a certain way, X, Y, Z. But yet your passions, your desires are leading you to rethink that, right? There's something here where you're having a moment with yourself and reconciling a balance between what you think and what you want in relationship. Quite frankly, it's literally a battle between, not even a battle, but like a deep understanding. It starts as a battle, an internal battle. And I think as we progress through the week, it becomes an ease, a calm, an understanding. Page of Cups, desire, right? An offer of stillness. The Hanged Man comes through with the Queen of Pentacles. So there's something here in relationships about being nurtured. And as I say that, the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, right? There's this energy of needing to be more emotionally invested in your relationships. And the Queen of Pentacles is like the great recycler, right? It's just like the Empress. And, you know, she's looking at her pentacles and she's thinking about what she's dealing with in the material in her day-to-day world. And it doesn't have to be masculine, feminine. It's just the energy of birthing and creating and being emotional about something as well. Not that the Queen of Pentacles is emotional, but she's a nurturer. And we've got the Hanged Man here. So looking at perhaps relationships again differently, and the past, how to I'm hearing silver linings, look for your silver linings. The story of the Hanged Man is the Hanged Man's hanging from the tree of knowledge and upside down, right? It's like everything's been turned on its ass. And this Mercury retrograde is making you hang from the tree of knowledge. What have you learned, right? What did you learn by paying attention to your pentacles, to your material surroundings? What did you learn from the experiences you've had in the last year? And even though this looks hella uncomfortable, this person is really sitting there with, you know, their crown is illuminated. It's the moment of wisdom. And it's like you have an aha moment as we approach the end of this week, which the Chariot card, right? This is literally incoming, you know, this is happening fast. It is spiritually, how should I put it? It's divinely guided, your path ahead in relationship for sure. And at the Queen of Pentacles again. So you could be dealing with somebody that you see as a very nurturing person. It could be somebody who you see as very in control of their finances, or they have a vision, or it could be, I mean, that's how it's coming through. The Hierophant comes through. This takes me back to this King of Swords and King of Wands, that internal conflict of the head song and the heart song, right? That's how, you know, desire and obligation, or logic and heart in relationship. Then here I feel like you're being, you're redefining maybe, or rethinking. Well, of course you are, because it's the retrograde, but Hierophant, tradition, marriage, partnerships, right? That's how it's coming through with the Chariot. I'm feeling like you're rethinking a past marriage, a past relationship. You're rethinking traditional roles. I don't know. There is a lot here about how you want to step into a relationship moving forward. It looks really different for you. And if you're already in a committed relationship, you still might be redefining what that looks like. Ace of Pentacles. This is you taking control with the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, it's a fated event, whatever's going to happen next. However, how you handle it, how you see it, what you reap, right? You reap what you sow. So what you reap, your harvest, is widely based on your perceptions. And so this is you taking control of a situation. And again, Heart Guardian, allowing yourself to be more vulnerable and being in relationship. Like, and this is like, I'm hearing like being true to yourself. All right. I'm hearing like you're out of balance. Two of Pentacles. As I said, you're out of balance. Two of Pentacles shows up, which is a card of balance, right? Equal give and take. Don't bite off more than you can chew. The Two of Pentacles, I like that card because it's saying like, look, it's all about perspective. Like, is it heavy here? Is it heavy here? You know, it's a balancing act. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe in relationships, you've maybe given too much and you feel like, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. Or maybe you haven't, maybe in an effort to, because this is the other thing. I'm hearing that when you decided 6 months ago that you were a person that gave too much in relationship, you scaled back. And you scaled so far back that you came out of balance. And so instead of being, and that happens to everyone when they make a decision to do something cold turkey or go all in, right? In the beginning, you go out of balance. And so this is the time Mercury retrograde saying, hey, let's look at things. Let's look at things so you can have more ease in your life. You need something more in the middle, less guarded. All right, so let's look at your shadow work for this week, Libra. What's your shadow work for Libra this week? Is this me? Number 4. You guys might want to check out the, who did I just read? The Gemini reading, if you've got Gemini in your chart, because they had 4s everywhere. Every other number was a 4. And so this comes up as a 4. And their shadow work was a 22, right? It was a 4 as well. So this, right, is this me? This complete reevaluation of who you are in relationship, how you show up in relationship. Mostly romantic, but if not romantic, again, this could be all types of relationship. And this isn't going to apply for everyone. It's a general reading. But your shadow work, again, is figuring this out, right? With the 8 of Pentacles, being committed to studying who you are, what you want. This is like you're really focused on this energy. You're really focused on bringing in what you want. And in order to do that, you've got to find a balance and make sure that you really are not allowing yourself to flow in a balanced way. Because if you're too guarded, then you're blocking your heart chakra, you're blocking your root chakra, and that's where the energy to manifest anything and everything comes from, right? It starts at your root, and then it comes up through your energetic fields. So if you are guarded in relationship, that is literally blocking the ability to bring in other necessary energy for your evolution. So consider what it is that's holding you back. Consider where you're feeling too guarded. Take time, have the conversations, know that things are fated, right? There's some things that you just can't change, but you can proceed with ease. This reads, number 34, conquering social anxiety. So there might be a part of you that tends to hide, that tends to retreat because of anxiety, right? Social fears, maybe the fear of not being accepted, not being part of the group, or not being at ease. The reason that was happening is because you were around the wrong people. So we go back to, is this me, right? Maybe you're just not part of the old crew anymore. Maybe the past relationships you had just don't, serve you and who you are today. So when you get around your soul tribe and when you start being around people who just accept you as you evolve, then this doesn't really happen. The anxiety is a signal from within that you're in the wrong place. And so, because if you think about it, no matter how anxious you are, there's usually at least one person or two that you can feel better around. More of that, right? Because you have evolved and you're going to continue to evolve. Also, 34 reduces to 7. 7's very introspective and an internal number, right? A deep thinking number, very spiritual. So there's an evolution happening for you this week, Libra. All right, thank you so much, guys. Do not forget that we are stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. And until next time, Libra, shine brightly, and I will see you next week.